Hey guys, it's a History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness, Italy. Where we last left off, we got a metric butt ton of stuff down in Africa. Now, there were some comments in the previous video that I should just keep pushing south and take more land and more land. I think we did pretty well for ourselves if we take a look. And my concern with pushing further is just, getting on the nerves of other nations. And, we safely kept our relations with Spain pretty decent by, not pushing into Cameroon or Gabon. So, that's good. I don't want to get on Germany's bad side by going after any colonial lands that they want. And I don't necessarily even want to just, pick a fight with Portugal, mainly because they're buddy-buddy with the United Kingdom. So I don't think we need to push and colonize anymore. That being said, other than obviously Sud and Darfur and, places where we need to get the life rating up a little bit more, and we should get soon. With the Dark Continent from a nationalism and imperialism. As we can see, we've had nationalism and imperialism for quite some time, I think. Yeah, we've had that for quite some time, so this should be coming along, but, apparently it's negative 60% before 1900, so chances aren't all that great. Of getting it anytime soon anyway, within 15 years. So yeah, basically, as far as I'm concerned, colonizing is pretty much done, and I don't necessarily want to go after anyone else. Like I say, Sokoto is still a target. I'm fine conquering land. Sokoto, Ethiopia, and the last little bit of Congo. In fact, let's take a look at that. We can just... Right, I forgot. We can just declare war on this nation. It will cause us to take a significant hit to our international prestige, will it? 51 war score to be demanded in a peace. I don't think that's gonna cause too many people to get upset. So let's make sure we've got our military in a good position, and lo and behold, we do. We will be training more African troops. Well, that doesn't mean we can't go to war with Congo. So I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and let's do that right away. Scramble for Africa, proceed. And hey, that's how we're going to kick off the video today. It's a pretty exciting way to start with a fresh war, new land to conquer. But yeah, it's pretty much it for reactionaries. It's not pretty much it for reactionaries, but it's pretty much it for the colonization aspects. Nope. Don't need to be granting anybody access through our lands. A debate has flared up in the local Venetia election about whether the state should interfere or not in the local economy. State capitalism. Keep going for that, guys. Battles won. These reactionaries. Actually, you know what I'm just going to do? Let's make this easy. So I don't have to march people around. You can just go like that and like that. There we go. And then those units will go back to their original placement. And all shall be well. Anger against the government. Italy has its share of problems, and as the current election gets underway, there is a sense among many that the current government is to blame. Justified or not, that anger has instilled a sense that a regime change may be in the offering, or in the offing. Those who previously had never considered voting for any other party than the one in power are now considering doing just that. Considering the massive political scandal, that makes a lot of sense. I cannot blame Italians for wanting a change. when the conservative government has been, abusing their power quite negatively as well. Battle of Padua, Battle of Trent, Gods, Guns, and Men. The morality and virtue of our people has started to decline. While this statement has caused much stir among the debaters of toleration and religious plurality on the campaign trail in Venetia, it's not a political issue. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? Well, it looks like we're fairly successful in wiping out the reactionaries. So that's good. Thank you. And so far, the war has dominated talk in the election, with a number of jingoistic politicians rousing the people with fiery speeches. We must protect Italy, I'm assuming, from Congo. Italy must be mighty. We'll encourage the jingoists. Tensions have been running high for quite some time. That's fine. No, thank you, France. Artisans in Campania fear for their livelihoods. In every stall, in every market, there seems to be more and more goods stocked from abroad. We understand the concerns, but times are changing, and we're just going to have to adapt. Sorry, guys. That's just the way of things. The Italian delegation was outshone by other nations at the World's Fair. Damn. So that cost us money and prestige? Come on. We're a modern nation. That shouldn't have happened. All right. Cabinda. Many of the factory workers in Campania live a tragic life, miserable and dejected. These poor souls are unable to fulfill even the most basic life needs. Among their flimsy shanties and squalid alleys, a champion has arisen among them. He preaches a new system to the hopeless masses in which every willing man and woman has a job and is provided for. A system in which the rich do not prey upon the weak. Factory workers across the state are heeding his words, and the capitalists are fearful of the consequences. We could arrange an accident during a shift, and that will cause great unrest among the workers. We could just fire him, making more people socialist. We could, kill him and make people really pissed off. But planned economy supporters would gain a bit of militancy, so we could, see a bit of a revolution. Yeah, sure. State capitalism. More favoritism for state capitalism. Whoa, did I... Bird-a-bee? Or white powder? Smokeless gunpowder. That is handy. Screams can be heard from a workplace in one of our states where socialist agitators have turned an ongoing labor conflict from bad to worse. Local capitalists are appalled at the liberties these revolutionaries allow themselves with regards to how, when, and where they preach their revolutionary ideology, and are considering forming a citizen guard should the situation escalate further. We will not recommend our citizens to form protection rackets. That just goes without saying. Yeah, I think we got that captured. Good, so we'll just wipe out those two armies and take Kinshasa. Oh, come on. They're still kicking around. Two of you? Stupid reactionaries. Let's see. Sure. We'll anger some free market people, but that's okay. Considering the state of affairs, I'm hoping that we wind up ditching the conservatives. If we take a look at the ideology, it is slipping. So this might be the day. This might be the election, we'll see. The morality and virtue of our people have started to decline. Again? Come on, it's not a political issue. We've made this clear. It's a private matter, people. Come on. What rebel factions are growing? Reactionaries or what? Like, education reform. Okay, well, we'll worry about that in a bit. Tensions in Masindi, Uganda have been running high for quite some time, but lately there seems to have been a change in the wind. Things seem calmer in the area for some reason, and many militants are returning to useful occupations. It might be that we are perceived as too strong to resist, but it might also just be that the anger has burned itself out. Wonderful! Either way, it's good news for us. So, yeah, I'm fully in support. Exploding Rome. That's exciting. Justice demands a retrial. We got another newspaper. Ethiopia is insulting us, are they? Well, we have ways of fixing that. Don't we? Yes, yes we do. Soldiers, of course, need better food. I wonder how my submarines are doing. Let's take a look. We're still waiting on artillery, huh? Are we not producing artillery? I don't... Quite honestly, I don't think we are. You would think... Let's just pause that for a moment. Election finished. Oh. Liberal Italiano. So, the Liberal Party. Oh. And they're conservative. Okay. How did things... Oh, 49%. So they're not a majority, but I mean, it's close to a majority. And the second largest party is the Communists. Well, that's exciting. I'm amazed, considering we have 10 submarines up, that not a single capitalist is thinking an artillery factory would be a good... a good investment to make. You've got to be kidding. So it's just another conservative party. None of that changed. Wonderful. Okay, well, we'll not bother with any sort of education or social reforms. Well, I guess social reform, education is a social reform. We won't bother with any of those. And, maybe more people will vote for a party that'll be more to my liking in the future. We'll find out. Our archaeological excavation team, working in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt, has discovered a tomb from the 18th dynasty. The tomb is rectangular and divided into upper and lower pillared sections, with a royal sarcophagus located in the lower section. This fantastic discovery has made our Egyptology department the talk of the historically aware Europe. Yay! Prestige and research. Both things I like. Iron machine parts, that's great. Conservatives declare a victory, which is a little bit shocking. Although I guess it's technically a new conservative party. Let's do the whistle stop tour. And then let's take a look. The Swiss may have declared themselves neutral. But if they believe that will stop us, if they believe the opinion of any of their allies will stop us, they are sorely mistaken. Relations between Switzerland and Italy drop. Are we getting a cut down to size? First off, they're allied with Bavaria, who I believe we're relatively friendly with. And I mean, we're even more friendly with the Swiss. I don't know why I would cut them down to size. That seems preposterous. So I'm not going to. What I am going to do is take this opportunity to expand our defenses along the French border. What do we got? Congo? Yeah, sure. I mean, if we've defeated you enough, and I think we must if you're offering that, we will proceed with that. Glorious! So that's the Congo taken care of. How is our military production coming along? Of course, we're stuck on artillery. Is one of these artillery producing provinces infantry, mobile artillery? I'd like to do this if I can. Oh. Well, apparently they can't actually build anything. So we'll do something like that. And that should have that infantry up. And good. Okay, so at least we've got our infantry sorted. And quite honestly, we could go to here and say we'll do that. And then we can go Mogadishu. That's going to be a long walk, but we'll take it. There we go. So at least now, once we do get some cannons in production, or purchased, or however that's going to work, we'll have them all done at the same time, hopefully. The Kiel Canal was finished in 1895 and took over 9,000 workers 8 years to build. It connects the North Sea to the Baltic and has a length of 98 kilometers. The highest point lies at 25 meters above sea level. Total excavation amounted to 100... maybe that's a million? A million cubic yards. And the cost to about $400,000. Those commas don't make sense. But anyway, as you can see, the Kiel Canal set up. Well done, Germany. And it is so rightly has been stated, what a tangled web we weave. Nowhere was this more true than in the bureaucratic mess that is our civil code since the wage reforms were implemented. Members of Parliament, known for their cozy relation with Italy's capitalist classes, have begun criticizing the minimum wage reform for its alleged negative effects on the clarity, lucidity, and simplicity of our nation's code of laws. They claim that the system is needlessly bureaucratic and could be reformed. The reforms they suggest would, however, mean an effective abolishment of the system. Bloody reactionaries. We don't need reactionaries, we need changes. Good changes. We should organize Zaire as well. There we go. Come on, Italians. Let's, start changing the world for a better place. Good. You're marching along. We have finished steel railroads, which is exciting. I wonder if this would help us. Well, this might be a good thing to go for. We could use the research points. Usually, I would have grabbed that right away, but we had other more important things to research, I'm guessing. Well, I'm not guessing. I'm knowing. Yes. But now we'll snag it. Because, it'll be helpful to get more points, even though it's going to take us a little under 2 years. Okay, you don't want access, that's fine. Let's take a look at our national focus, because it's been a while since we looked at that, and we're almost done with clerks in Piedmont. We definitely don't need this much clergy in Lombardia, so let's remove that focus. And we don't need that much clergy in Italian Aden either, but what we probably do need is some clergy in our new colonies. So let's go like that. And let's go like that. There we go. Looking good. With shipping being encouraged in Venetia, let's take a look to see if they're doing anything about that. I'm going to assume probably not. Let's sort by factories, actually. Nope, instead they're building a gun factory. I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Hispaniola. Why would anybody be out of work in Hispaniola? They shouldn't. They've got another freaking... Okay, we'll subsidize the cigar factory and we'll close the paper factory because, come on. These are what we focus on in our colonies, alright? Alright. Sometimes. What do we got going on here? Crisis. Liberation over Slovenia. Well, we'll see what happens. I really doubt that that's going to be going anywhere. Let's take a look at the crisis. Nobody's doing anything, so we're just going to ignore it. It's interesting Slovenia hasn't come to us and said, hey, would you guys like to support our liberation? Oh, there they are. But I'm guessing nobody has. Yeah, so there we go. And no, Somaliland, you don't need access through our lands. Terribly sorry for that. Yep. I don't know, who are you at war with there? You would even, oh, Spain. Spain? Oh. Oh, I see. Spain wants in on that, do they? Well, we'll see. We've been contacted by Italian patriots currently living under the dominion of a neighboring country. They suggest that there is an opportunity to stir up sentiment among those living there so that they may rise up and join the mother country. There is, of course, a risk that our efforts could be discovered and bring war down upon us. Should we help them? In France? Well, let's see. We know that the Germans would probably back us, and militarily speaking, Germany's got France beat, which means our military is just gravy, as would Spain, as would Spain's be. So let's take a look at their alliances. Netherlands, not a concern. Tunis, Russia is. So... we already have horrible relations with France, so let's do it. Spend some money, and we'll see what comes of it. If we wind up fighting, we wind up fighting. You know, it's nice that Nice and probably Savoy here want back in. I would approve. But we'll see. We'll see if we can fight it out. If we even need to. Synthetic dyes, wonderful. Sphere of influence, North America, Mexico. Still just friendly with the US. I don't know what the US are doing. Because, I mean, they've been friendly with Mexico for decades. You'll have to forgive the noise in the background. My cat found a toy and is keeping himself entertained. So, good for him. Are you guys... I guess, yeah, they're going to need to... Okay, good, they're grabbing that. I'm glad that Germany's able to grab some sort of colonial possessions. Because they deserve it. You know, they deserve it. But, you know, I'm pretty proud of what we were able to accomplish in Africa. Albania. Why are we're not really spending points on Albania? Is anybody friendly with you? The Russians. Bessemer Steel. Okay. Well, we'll do that. Actually, we should do that. And just make sure there's not really anybody. We can decrease opinion of the UK in Brazil. That sounds like fun. Peru is fine. How are places that aren't in our sphere coming along? Spain's coming along. Uruguay is almost there. Okay, good. So we are making progress. That's all I really care about. Gotta keep the sphere expanding. Oh, good. A bull market. That's always a good thing. Are we actually... We are putting points into Spain, but not a lot. I mean, we don't need to, but I'd like to get that done quicker than later. So we'll speed up some Spanish point getting. Request of access from the Netherlands. I'm going to say no. Netherlands don't need access. Belgium, huh? I'm not concerned about Belgium or the Belgians. That's looking pretty good. What is the deal with Colombia, though? This might be something worth investing in. We do have points. Let's do it, shall we? Why not? Okay. Shall we host a regional trade fair? A delegation representing the leading commercial and manufacturing interests in our nation have proposed holding a regional trade fair in our capital. Holding such an event would provide an excellent opportunity to showcase our economic capabilities and technological expertise to our neighbors. Could significantly help our exports by popularizing our goods and promote goodwill with our neighbors. Should we provide support for this idea? I think we should. Any goodwill we can get. Oh, look at that. So Germany's now Germany. So that's good. And they're still friendly? Of course they are. That's excellent. So now, with Austria allied to Spain, why don't we start increasing relations with Austria and get them in on this alliance too? How did the Germans get an alliance with the Russians? No, Ethiopia. You don't need access. Although you are at war with Germany, so I kind of dropped the ball on that one. And how's this coming along? Looking good. We got our artillery finally going, so this means we should start seeing some submarines cruising around. The regional trade fair has opened. Excellent. And yep, indeed, there they are. They're looking like submarines. Let's send them in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why did Liberation of South Tyrol? Okay. Well, if the Austrians want to do that, they can do that. Really? Austrian AI, really? We've got you beat. Plus our allies. Okay, well, you want to do this. We'll do this. Might as well move our other forces up north. Although I guess you could probably go to Trent, but I really don't see the Austrians being any sort of successful in this war. It's a little crazy of them to do when they have no allies. I'm not going to complain. Maybe we can snag some Austrian territory. Rumors were around for some time, but a newspaper has finally published evidence of a wide-reaching scandal affecting the Italian anarcho-liberal party. Outrageous. I don't think that they were a very popular political party to begin with anyway. 6.9%. 69, well, not 69, but you get what I'm going with. You know, it's fine, so people won't be anarcho-liberal. I'm fine with that. I don't like their political party anyway. It looks like we got enough clerks in Piedmont, so we can go ahead and remove focus there. And Pugula, we can... So if we... how are we going to do this? Well, I guess we could encourage the pharmaceutical industry. Although we could just remove focus and say clerks, and Campania could probably use some clerks as well. So we'll just do that. And yeah, we could definitely use some more clerks. So we'll do that. Jigs! Excellent. Colt and Whitney's, or Whitney and Colt's, standardized small arms. Merge those guys together. We got a fairly good admiral in charge of our submarines. We just need to get the organization up. And then we'll see if we can send those guys out against... Oh, come on. Let me take a look at an allies battle. I just want to know what their fleet's made out of. Probably a bunch of wooden ships that we could sink easily. Where are you going? Go there. Alright, we got that all taken care of. Why would you want military access with us, the UK? You're at war with Wari and Sokoto. No. You'll have to get Sokoto on your own, because that's kind of where I want to go. Ah. Damn. Okay. Well, my wonderful speed at conquering people may be causing us a little bit of a concern in regards to getting Sokoto. So that's okay. Our ambassador to one of our other great powers has telegraphed home expressing his frustration with the response, or rather lack of it, that he has received while trying to settle a bilateral extradition treaty with the country in question. Apparently our ambassador has been snubbed repeatedly by this foreign administration and has been delegated to speaking to civil servants instead of being allowed direct access to the country's decision makers. This diplomatic back and forth has been going on for 2 months. Who is it? The UK? We're not going to use a humiliate CB against the UK, so we'll take the free prestige. I don't know why going along with it gives us prestige, whereas, sort of fighting for our role. No, we'll take Innsbruck first. What is going on with these two units? I don't understand. We don't have rebels, so why are my militaries moving of their own accord? I'm so confused. It's probably me issuing repeatedly bizarre, weird orders. Yeah, you just stay in port. And actually, you come up around. Nope. It looks as though the Austrians don't want to be dealing with my submarines. Quite frankly, I can't blame them. If they've got frigates and man-of-wars, dealing with these guys isn't going to be easy. And in fact, what I might do here is just take 2 submarines, leave them, take 8, and go for... Oh, they do have quite a few port... I was hoping... Come on. That I'd be able to blockade everything. But it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. I wonder if we should help our Spanish allies out. I don't think they'll be able to get their ships out, so we'll just leave our submarines blockading, the most of Venice's ports. Yeah, let's send you there, and then we'll kick that fleet out and give our submarines some targets to shoot at, which is always fun. Always fun. Colombia. Increased opinion. Beautiful. Just imagine if we're able to get Colombia and then build the Columbia or the Panama Canal. The Columbia Canal. That's what I'll call it. It looks like the war with Austria is over. They didn't get the land, so good for them. We'll take the 5th, put them in... Oh no, it's the 3rd in Rome, isn't it? Yes. There's the 3rd. We'll put you in Rome. We'll take the 5th and send them on to Sicily. We'll take that army, put them there. The 1st army can stay there, and then this one, the 4th, can come down. There we go. Spread the units out. And we might as well send these guys, why not, to our port down there in Rome. And I argue that this present resurgence of native unrest in the colony is due only to the continued, repeated, and wanton mismanagement that our own officials have imposed on the locals. For if the purpose of our presence in our far-flung colonies is to uplift and educate, our failure is all the worse when we accomplish the exact opposite. We must seek an effective, honest, and diligent administration. Right? Because I don't need separatists. What I need is loyal colonial subjects. I don't think we need to worry about any more submarines. So I think our fleet's doing pretty good, and I think... Oh, This might not be a bad place to end it. Why did we lose prestige for this? A group of Chinese nationalists known as the Boxers, intent on driving all Western influence out of the Qing Empire, or Qing, or however you pronounce that, I'm not quite sure. In my Anglophone head, Q requires U after it, have attacked a group of Italian citizens. Several were slain, while others were forced to flee for their lives. Worse, the Qing government has done nothing about it. They are looking the other way while these atrocities are being committed upon our people. This cannot be tolerated. I don't necessarily know if we want to send a task force up against them, but I guess it's possible if we were to able. No, that's Japanese, so we'd have to go for some areas over here. We can see Macau and Hong Kong have already been taken respectively by Portugal and the English, but there's no reason why, you know, Italy couldn't get involved, maybe in Henan, and get some silk for the clothing industry. That would be good. But, yeah, we'll figure that out. You know what? I'll leave it up to the comments. If you guys want to see, admittedly with my pretty poorly developed international army, go after the Chinese Empire, let me know. If not, that's okay too. Let me know. It's what this is all about. Alright guys, well, thumbs up. If you have enjoyed this episode, leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.